This is Damon Stevens with FinWealth Builders. Today is Wednesday, May 11th, 2022, the stock market update for trades of the day. And, we've been talking about the CPI results coming in today for the last couple of days, just giving a heads up that we could see some volatility and, either some more downside or possibly a reversal if the news was good. And obviously, you can tell from the market that we're continuing that downtrend, and we'll talk about that as we get to the charts. Take a look, where's the next possible bounce or bottom, and so that way we can be prepared for it. So definitely remember that we're not financial advisors, but we are day traders and people that are looking at long-term trades as well. And we'd like to have you join our community, and you can do that at finwealthlive.com. We have a free Discord where we post numbers pre-market as far as what we're trading and what numbers we're trying to hit and where to take profits along the way. So hopefully you find that very helpful. And we also have some free training out there as well as a membership. So definitely check it out. And without any further waiting, let's get right into some of these charts and take a look at what's going on. So you can see on the chart here, Dow Jones closed down 1.02%, NASDAQ down 3.18%, and S&P 500 down 1.65%. You see this nicest little sell-off, throughout the day, just kind of gradually down, a little bit of a bounce there, failure, and then continuation play to new lows. And you see here from the heat map here as well, our FANG stocks that had some money flowing into them, it flew right back out. But you can see the energy utilities were up, but not much in finance, just Visa, that's about it. So pretty much overall, just a down day. And you see here AFI, that was really a penny stock trade, which we did not trade. But definitely hit the scanner if you're able to get on it. If you want to take that risk, I just don't risk it on something that's that low. Typically, I like things that are hopefully around $5, $5 to $10 at the most on a small cap or a penny stock, but nothing this low. But if there's opportunity and you want to take it, this is definitely an area where you can see the scanner. This pops up for you, and this is all free. One of the things I want to talk about here is the fear and greed index. So if you look at this is the CNN business. So you can see that we're at 20. So extreme fear in the market, which, obviously you can see with the sell-offs in some of these companies who valuations are down 50 to 80%, that there's extreme fear in the marketplace. And so the question comes down, is there a bottom, and where's that bottom? And where's the deal? When's a good deal to get in? And one of the things I'd say is, if you're trying to grab the bottom, just be real careful. Make sure that you're, if you want to really do that and it's for your long-term portfolio, it's just average in. But just be real careful in that, But you have heard that saying that when there's a fear, that's when you should be buying. And I'd say we're getting closer to that point, but at least for me, not quite there yet, but getting close. So let's take a look at what else is going on. So here's another piece of information that might be helpful. This is Max Payne. One of the things on my Twitter account, one of the things I was hearing is people are saying, hey, I asked the question, hey, are we headed down further for a new low, or are we bouncing? And everybody talked about the call options going up. The number of people buying calls was on the rise for the S&P 500. So it looks like we're going to bounce and run up tomorrow, which is today. And I didn't see that, or I want to at least see what the CPI numbers came. And that momentum was not there today. And we did hit a new low. So now the question is that the low of the day, or what's going on? But if you look at this, as far as this Max Payne, this basically says, if you look at the market and the market wants to win, how do they create the most pain for everybody, for the traders, and stop them out and take the most money away from them? And this is kind of a little a website that where they post it based on like the call options. And if you're not familiar with trading options, definitely check out our website. But you can see here the Max Payne price for the S&P 500 closing the end of this week is 410. And so what it's saying is there's no guarantee that you're going to get to 410. So don't go out and just say, okay, I'm buying options and I'm going to write at 410. That's where it's going to go. It's not what this is saying. This is just talking about what's a possible pain, what's going to create the most pain for the market. And so 410 is kind of right here. And these lines here, this is all put purchases, and you see some peak ones here like 381. A lot of people thought, the market would come down to 381, 365. So they're looking for, some puts here, way outside the money. And then on the other side, with this green side, these are all the call purchases. So you can see here all these calls, and the line in the sand is kind of around 403. The 410 is where the most pain is going to be for, especially these people who all puts and were short in the market. If the market continues to go up to 410 to close out on Friday, that would create the most pain in the market. So will it happen? It doesn't happen every time. I've seen this happen. It'll within a range. It typically will happen in most cases, but definitely don't use this as kind of your way of making decisions, because it should not be. There's a lot more to it. But to the question, is there a possible rally? There obviously wasn't today, but my question is, if tomorrow tomorrow CPI numbers are past us, people have digested the information. Thursday, we have some additional information come out here. And so you can see here on Thursday, we have the initial jobless claims. So that could create some volatility possibly in the market. We'll see, but otherwise, do we get back over 400? If we can get above 400, then I think we have a chance to get 400, maybe 405. I don't know about 410, but 405 possibly. But if we stay below 400, we very well could close out, below that 400 to 390 possibly, or lower if the market really flushes. So just something to be aware of. This is just another it's just another piece of data to help you and help me, make decisions. So again, on Thursday, initial jobless claims, that's at 8:30 Eastern time. So just watch for that pre-market, and look for a pre-market, response, and also the VIX. The VIX is still elevated, so unless the VIX drops below 30, we may continue to pull down. But the VIX, kind of closed a little bit flat today, so there is a chance that maybe we get a temporary relief rally, maybe. And it may be a little bit bounce tomorrow, but we'll see after 8:30. Looking at earnings reports here, you can see here that Walt Disney reported and Rivian. One things I'm noticing on a lot of these reports, at least the ones that I'm watching, is they're all down. Disney is down, so SoFi was down, Oxy, Roblex. These companies are getting beat up. So, and that's dragging down that market. So just something to be aware of and be careful. Tomorrow, the only one I got on my list right now that I'm watching is Coinbase. And Coin's been trending down. So I did not check it today because I was trading other things. But today Coinbase, was continuing down. It was at 56. It's down to 50 to 51, close to 51. So, does it continue down from the close tomorrow after earnings reports? We'll see. But so far, a lot of them have been turning down, and so the market continues to get dragged down. So we'll see what happens. Looking at some of our charts here, Apple on the weekly chart. You can see here we're below the 50, so we dropped below the 50 today, kind of right in the middle of the 50 and the 100. So looking for support around 37.69, which is this trend line down here. It's kind of where we've had support before in the past. It's 37.69 for maybe a bounce. We also have the 100 moving average below that. If we get back above 150, we could possibly rally up towards the 50 or the 20 moving average. Tesla, pulling down here as well. We talked about this last night. That if it doesn't stay above 800, look for it to come down towards 700, and we're at 734. We broke that 800 this morning, and it just came right down. So that did occur, and you had a warning on that. So hopefully you were able to catch some of that on the way down if you were, tracking Tesla, and you saw that it broke 800. We are down. So looking for support at the 700 area and see if we can get a bounce off that. If we break 700, You know, 546.98 is on my list. That would be quite the dump on Tesla, but you know, that is what's on my list as far as, you know, watching levels. So 700 is pretty critical. Nvidia continued tracing down here as well. It's between the 100 and 200 now. So, you know, we're looking for support around 140. If that breaks, then the next level down will be 115. Looking for Nvidia to get some support here. Netflix, it's now on a monthly chart below the 200 moving average. So this is, stock just got really beat up. So, you know, what's next? Well, there's not a lot of levels down here. There's this 133.29 if we kind of scroll over here. So 133.27, I guess, would be the next line in the sand. I'll go ahead and put that out there because that's where we kind of pivoted before. Other than that, down here is $43. So that's quite a fall. So hopefully we can get support around this 133 area and bounce off there, or maybe bounce even kind of where we're at. But Netflix is just getting hammered. A monthly chart's all I have to go with right now. So Facebook, it's lower low, so it's closed on a lower low, but it's above the 100 still. So as long as we, you know, can bounce off this 177 area, should be okay to, you know, hold in there. If we break below, then you have this 137 area and 123 areas. So if we bounce off here and go back towards it, you know, 236, that would be ideal for Facebook. Oxy, look at Oxy. So we had a nice big huge pullback and then a flat day, and then right now we're flat as well above the 20. So holding that 20, and so hopefully we can bounce off of here and rally back up. But right now, Oxy's still sitting down here just below all the latest highs. So definitely join us and subscribe if you haven't already, and like our videos if this is helpful for you. So we can continue bringing this, and also join our community there out on FinWealthLive.com and YouTube, our YouTube channel. Looking at the 10-year yield, you see here we try to spike up here towards this high, and it pulled back down here. We're in this little channel right now. So we're below 3 now. So we'll see if we keep that. If we start to pull back, you know, then you know, money hopefully will start flowing back in the market. Maybe that's where, you know, bottoms put in at some point. Look at the dollar just new high again. So we're almost at 104. So we are now above where we were back in 2017 and 2020. So making new highs here on the dollar. So very elevated. So lots of money coming out and going to the sidelines. XLE energy, you can see here with this big huge pullback down to the 50. We're back now here just sitting right on the 20, so that's good. We got some progress. We're about almost halfway up the candle. You can see that we spiked way up, but we failed on the energy to hold that high. So, you know, again, we'll see if we can get some momentum. Usually this could be a big reversal candle for the downside, kind of like you see here, this big old reversal wick here, and how we kind of moved up. So with this failure here, that means the bulls pretty much won out. We could possibly pull back down here. So just something to be aware of on XLE, on energy. VIX, like we talked about, it's flat, a little doji here, kind of like sitting right here in the middle. So we'll see what happens. You know, do we break above this line and go back towards highs and market comes down, or do we, you know, stay right here and just consolidate possibly right here? SPY, third day putting in new lows. And it came right down to the, you know, our trend line right here and our support line. And it's sitting there at 392.75. I think after market, actually, it's bumping up a little bit. Let me see. It came up, well, it's bouncing around quite a bit. You know, where it opens up tomorrow, it's hard to say, but right now it is above that, the close. So, you know, do we get that little bounce and rally off here? Well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it now. If not, we're coming down to 383.90. Or down lower, but 383.90 is like this low right here. So that's the next area of support that I could see that we could bounce off of, and maybe we hit that tomorrow. That'd be breaking the trend line, which means we could have a flush too. I got another number down here, a 369.21. So if we fail, we could flush down here to, around maybe 370 before we get a bounce. And then I have a low down here at 362. So let's put a line in here so you can see it. So that's kind of where I could see a flush happening if all of a sudden we just get a big, huge sell off. But right now, we're at the trend line. You see, last time we've been here, we bounced. So maybe we'll get a bounce tomorrow or maybe Friday. If not, if we break through, then we'll just look for new lows. Here's a SPY on a weekly chart. We were on a weekly chart. We are below the 100 moving average on a weekly chart, and again, on these trend lines carry over to all the charts depending on the time frame. And so you can see here we're right on support. So really, we got to bounce off of here. And this is where I talked last night. This is kind of an area where we kind of broke out, consolidated and broke out last time. So maybe we'll get an update tomorrow. We'll see. Triple Qs looking really weak. Kind of come down here maybe to 279.63. Be the next area of support. You can see here kind of where we ended today was almost kind of like right here where we were before, where we had support. So and just a little training on the charts. If you look back at the charts of pricing, that's usually where you kind of look for an area of support or basically a destination of where a stock may be going. Semiconductors, almost the trend line, so 219. So looking for 219. If we break 219, 191 could be on the table as an option that we could be coming down to. IWM broke the 50-day moving average. 100-day moving average is around 149. You can see here we came down towards that earlier back in December 2018. We really broke it in March 2020, and we now are breaking that 50 here. So we'll see where IWM goes. XLF coming down here. So it's between the 100 and the 200, but we have a trend line down here around 32. So that would be a kind of a stop before it goes down towards 30. The healthcare sector, XLV. So that one's, continue down here. We should have support here around this 123 area. We talked about 123.64, 67 is an area of support. So that's where we're looking for a destination. We're about halfway between the 50 and the destination. Gold broke below the 50 and bounced back up and closed right on the 50. So that's good. If we break though below 1850, but for a play down to 1793 or maybe 1800, if we can stay above here, maybe we bounce back up and go towards 1880. Bitcoin almost down to this 200 that we talked about. And so if this 27,000 doesn't hold, we got a lot further down to go. But we're on a weekly chart. We do have a monthly chart. If I go to monthly chart, you can kind of get an idea where we're at. We're almost at the 50, right? So that's around 26,000. And then we have 16,000 on a monthly. We'll stay on a weekly because we still have the 200. So as long as we don't break the 200, we'll work off that weekly chart. Ethereum coming down as well, broke the 100, heading towards 200 here down to 1626. So hopefully hold the support here on this weekly chart. And I took off the rest of the cryptos right now. Right now I am just sitting here watching and waiting for the opportunities. So once they appear on my calendar, then I will. There's a few of them that started to take off and then they just turn around and dump again. So just being careful, being a little cautious right now, ready to put some cash into the market here, but wait for the right opportunity. So stay safe out there. We'll talk tomorrow. Definitely join our Discord, and that way you can participate with us and hopefully bring you some options as well that will work for you. But trade safe out there. We'll talk tomorrow night, and everybody have a great night.